pleasure to inaugurate the most sought after laboratory program in oral pathology, Microscope 2022. At the outset, we invite the following dignitaries to grace the dais. The chief guest of the day, Dr. E.V. Vijayaraghavan, Vice Chancellor, Srinagar. The guest of honor, Mr. M. Seychelles, Honorary Consul General, Republic of Seychelles. Me, Dr. Z. Ravindran, Sri Ramachandra, Faculty of Dental Sciences. Visiting Professor, Department of Oral Pathology, Sri Ramachandra, Faculty of Dental Sciences, Dr. K. Ramana. The organizing chairman, Microscope 2022, and our professor and head, Dr. H. Ramachandra. Senior Professor, Dr. N. Malati. The organizing secretary, Dr. Sondra. Thank you, sirs and ma'am. Prayer is the world's greatest wireless communication with our Creator and is the nearest approach to God. I request you all to raise for the invocation song and to remain standing for the Srinagar anthem to be followed thereafter.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Shri Ramachandra, In the word, a verse by John says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Light signifies all that is pure and true, that drives away ignorance and darkness. We request the dignitaries on the dais to light the lamp and spread the power of knowledge, along with releasing the department video.
The microphone speaker. Speaker.
I now request Dr. S. Ramachandra, sir, Professor and Head, Department of Oral Pathology, and the organizing chairman, Microscope 2022, to welcome the gathering.
Camera.
Morning all. My due respects to Vice Chancellor, my due respects to Sheshasai sir, Dean sir. Nothing very good, my friend, who is also the Honorable Secretary of IOMP. In fact, has come busy schedule at the last minute. My due respects to the advisor of Department, Professor Dr. Malti, who had done this program. I mean, I won't say, Madam, we have done together for past 10 years for this program, and we're very happy to stand in front of you saying this is the 10th program of rapid review program without any break. We have done. We are doing it regularly with no breaks. During COVID time also we have done this. With this, I'm so happy and honored. I, Dr. Tamil Chelvan, the organizing chairman, and by God's grace, standing in front of you, let me thank the Almighty and my late parents. செயலை செய்வதற்கேற்ற உறுதி என்பது அது செய்பவனுக்குள்ள மன உறுதியே ஆகும். அதை தவிர மற்றவை எல்லாம் அவ்வாறு சிறந்ததாகாது. What was said as வினை திட்டம் என்பது ஒருவன் மனத்திட்டம், மற்றவை எல்லாம் பிற. This was said about Valluvar about 2000 years before itself. Everything works as a team. So we, the Department of Oral Pathology, have a teamwork here. When I talk about mentor, Dr. Ranganathan, who was always behind me from the day one I took over, and he was the man, and he's a visiting professor of the department, who was a key person in bringing up this Malay MOU with Ramachandra University, which has happened about a month back. Thank you so much for that, sir. Thank you so much for that. I have no words for our beloved Dean, Dr. Ravindan sir, whom I've been working from 1995. From the day one, I've been working with him. I have no words for him. Thank you so much for coming in spite of this issue. Actually, sir has to go for a sports inauguration. I just borrowed about half an hour of his time, so I'll leave you soon, sir. Our friend, Mr. M. Sheshashai, was humbling, and I'm very honored to have him on this stage, though I know as a Rotarian, but by his capacity, he's a Honorary Consulate General of Seychelles, Republic of Seychelles, and thank you so much, Seychelles, for coming here. Say என்று சொல்வோம், போய் செய் என்று சொல்பவன் முதலாளி, வா போகலாம் என்று சொல்பவன் தலைவன். That falls the leadership quality of Dr. Vijay Ravan, so Vice Chancellor. So we're so honored and humbled to stand in front of you, sir. There are three people whom I cannot say no in this world. Number one, obviously everybody knows my mother, my wife, I always say no, and my daughter. I have to thank them for giving me this opportunity and taking me into the consideration team. The same way, there is one girl in this department who is the youngest staff, Dr. Vandana, the organizing secretary, who is behind this scene, and she has done it solely, and I'm proud and happy to say that we have touched 262 registration, including the speakers and moderators, first of its kind in India. Actually, many oral pathologists called and they said, sir, you would have kept it offline, we'd have come to Chennai. Next time, I promise to all the oral pathologists nation, we will make it offline throughout it. There is one guy in this college who always sits back and takes us forward there, Dr. S.K. Balaji, who's the medical superintendent of the college. And I also welcome Dr. S.K. Balaji here. I welcome Dr. Vignesh, who's the Dean Students, and my very good friend, Dr. Sridevi, who's an Associate Dean of Research, who sits silently there and she does all the research work of the day. Welcome, madam. I also welcome all the people here. This show is not completed if not the people standing on my right side who did work day and night. Thank you to my previous postgraduates and also my big thanks to all the delegates who attended this. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. N. Malati ma'am, Professor, Department of Oral Pathology and Advisor, Microscope 2022, to share a few words.
A very good morning to one and all. My respects to the chief guest of the day, Dr. P.V. Vijayaraghavan sir, Vice Chancellor Srihar, the guest of honor, Mr. N. Sesha Sai, Honorary Consul General, Republic of Seychelles, Dean Sri Ramachandra Faculty of Dental Sciences, Dr. C. Ravindran, Visiting Professor of our department, Dr. K. Ranganathan, Honorary Secretary of IOMP, Dr. Nadeem Jeddi, Professor and Head of the Department and Organizing Chairman, Dr. Tamilchelvan, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Vandana, Head of the departments and faculty members of Srihar and from other universities, and my dear, dear student delegates. It gives me immense pleasure to see you all offline and online to this inaugural event of Microscope 2022. This year being a hybrid mode of learning, including online and offline lectures with slide viewing sessions, it has gained more momentum as we have more than 260 registrations. Thanks to our HOD, Dr. Tamilchelvan, for taking this rapid review program to the next level of educational series. And as always, every faculty member in our department has worked as a team every time to make this program possible, and a great success which is reflected in the overwhelming positive feedback we get from our delegates every year. At Sri Ramachandra, learning is always considered as a continuously evolving process, and efforts are taken up to keep up and update with times. The best of the best educators from our field have been handpicked by the organizing team to ensure world-class knowledge is nutshell in a time-bound manner. This will serve to enhance your knowledge and gain insights as to how to tackle the topics from an exam point of view, which is the main purpose of this rapid review course in just 3 days of time. Slide viewing and diagnosing is an art that needs to be constantly refreshed. The more slides you see, the better you can understand the micro details and nuances that is required for an accurate diagnosis. On that note, I also take pride in telling you all we have a rich collection of more than 100 histopathological slides of various head and neck lesions, thanks to the general pathology department, which we've been getting slides from them for the past so many decades, including rarest of rare lesions such as alveolar soft part sarcoma, which many of us wouldn't have seen in a lifetime as well. So therefore, I request the postgraduates to learn as much as possible and master the skills of slide diagnosis from the best of educators from around the country and take back the best of knowledge to ask your final exams. Happy learning to one and all. Have a wonderful learning time at Srihar. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Dr. C. Ravindran sir, Dean, Sri Ramachandra Faculty of Dental Sciences, to address the gathering.
Good morning to everyone. At the onset, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor for having accepted to be and deliver the presidential address. I welcome to Seychelles, Honorary Consul of Republic of Seychelles, my good friend Ranga, welcome. It's nice always to have you back in our campus. Sorry, it's something like going like a welcome address. Nadeem and all others over here. Pathology is very important. You are the people who are going to diagnose the conditions by looking into the microscope and giving the surgeons the diagnosis for us to perform the surgery. So you play an important role. And there is always a conflict between the pathologist and the surgeons about the diagnosis and things like that. It is only in the interest of the patient's well-being that these fights or these discussions take place so that the proper care can be provided. As budding oral pathologist, I request you all to make sure and hone your skills on slide diagnosis. Okay, it's something, well, you frankly, being operating in few hospitals, we send the specimen to the lab over there, and it is mostly seen only by general pathologists. I'm not saying they are not good in diagnosing oral conditions or head and neck conditions, but the amount of concentrated work you do on that particular area is very important. Okay, so you will definitely have a better and deeper knowledge about the whole condition. So it has something which all of you have to really think. Don't think you'll not get a chance as an oral pathologist in most of the hospitals, most of the labs, just like what is happening in the imaging centers. Now they are having oral medicine and radiologists to give reports for head and neck area. I'd like to see that evolution taking place in relation to oral pathology also. You are all employable people, I will assure you, if your skills are good and you hone yourself towards it. Okay, this is my request. I've always been saying this. Every time I speak this, even when they used to call me when I was a medical superintendent, being a surgeon, I know how difficult it is for us to go by the histopathological reports we get sometimes.
We're having one session on this.
Yeah, I saw the program, and it was very nice to see many of the leading oral pathologists all over the nation are participating. Okay, I'm very happy that the thought process has started.
Yes,
That it come into practice soon before we retired from our surgical practice. Thank you all. Wish you all the best.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. Now I request Dr. K. Ramanathan, sir, Professor and Head of the Department, Radha's Dental College, and Visiting Professor, Department of Oral Pathology of Sri Ramachandra, Faculty of Dental Sciences, to share a few words.
A very good morning to you all. Esteemed guest of honor, Mr. M. Seshashain, Honorary Consul General, Republic of Seychelles. Respected Chief Guest, Professor P.V. Vijayaraghavan, Vice Chancellor Sriha. Dean, Sri Ramachandra Faculty of Dental Sciences, Dr. C. Ravindran. The Organizing Secretary, the Organizing Chairperson, Dr. H. Tamil Selvan, Professor and Head of the Department of Oral Pathology. My colleague and friend, Professor Dr. N. Malati, and I think I started this journey with her about 10 years back. 2012, yeah, 10 years. The Organizing Secretary, Dr. S. Vandana. The Secretary, IOMP, invited colleagues of the dais, participants and registrants and students for taking part offline and online, and all my colleagues across the country. It's always a pleasure to be here, and It's a really gratifying thing to know that I've been involved with this program right from the onset over the past 10 years. And it's always been an extreme pleasure in taking part in this for a couple of reasons. One, the amount of active participation by the students and the registrants and colleagues is just tremendous. It's amazing and it's always satisfying. Second, thank you, to deal with a very young and professional organizing team. You know, they made sure that I got out of my comfort zone, spoke about what things I don't normally speak, and made sure that we were around time and follow up. It's just amazing, done very subtly, but very nicely. Okay, and that's very nice. Thank you very much. And of course, I always get to meet my friends and colleagues like Dr. Ravindran. It's always good to catch up with them. It's always been a pleasure. And it's nice to see that they have taken it up to different levels, to a higher level right from when it started in 2012. And today, I think it was about 60 to 70 participants in the first meeting, if I remember. And they have harnessed the tremendous interest shown in this program. And the reflection of that is we have around 260 participants throughout the country with leading professionals talking on different subjects. That I think speaks for the success of the program by itself. Anything which I say would not meet the expectations of the students and the tremendous enthusiasm of the senior lecturers or senior professors who are taking part in this program. I wish the program all success, and hopefully a decade down the road we'll still be here and be taking actively in this program. Thank you very much.
Sir, for your kind support, I'm sure you will stay with us for another decade and we'll ensure that we moving you out of the comfort zones. I now request Dr. Ramachandra sir to felicitate Dr. Naveen Reddy, Honorary Secretary, IAOM. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Naveen to share a few words.
A very good morning to one and all, the dignitaries on the dais, VC sir, my professor and head, Dr. Anand sir, the Honorary General of Seychelles, Dr. Ravindran sir, Dean, Malti ma'am, very familiar faces, Dr. Vandana and all of them here. It's indeed an honor to be here among you all, and it's a privilege on behalf of the association. I take great honor to be here today, and a wonderful program, in fact, organized by my friend Dr. Kamal Chelvan. It's been happening for a very long time, and I think it was good to see the brochure and pan India, a lot of participants, very familiar faces, all India, and I'm really happy that Kamal has involved all of them and to make this event a grand success. As far as IMP is concerned, we've been having some quiet years, but there is some good news for all the students. We are having a physical conference at last in November 11th, 12th, 13th at Dehradun. So I take honor in inviting everyone. It will be a physical event, hopefully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is indeed a privilege to introduce the guest of honor today, Mr. N. Sejasai. He has worn several hats and literally has been Midas touched. He was the first to introduce bubble top water cans a couple of decades ago, way back in 1994, which has found its way into every home these days. And he has managed the largest mineral water factory in Asia in terms of capacity in 2003. He has also taught these marketing skills and entrepreneurship to students with a stint as a professor at Satyasai Institute of Higher Learning. He had the honor of starting Farm Group, a school for city children to understand agriculture and farming. It is no wonder that he was awarded the Best Chairman, Best Rotarian, and the most coveted Outstanding Gold Star Awards. He is currently the Honorary Consul General for Republic of Seychelles for South India and Treasurer for Consular Corps Diplomatic. May I request our Vice Chancellor to felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Seshasai. Thank you, sir. May I now request our guest of honor, Mr. M. Seshasai, to deliver the inaugural address.
Japan, the way they greet is completely different from how we greet in India, right? In Japan, they bow to each other and say mochi mochi. So we all do that. Bow and say mochi mochi. We all do that. 1, 2, 3. Mochi. Right. And similarly, how many of you watch a kung fu movie? In kung fu or a Chinese thumbs up. I think you're doing the action, right? In China, the way they greet also is completely different. Now the actually hit the place. Come here, man. Please come, please come, please come. Come. All of them are waiting. So give her a good hand for demonstrating all the greeting. China. Right. Yes, ma'am. Your good name, please. Yes. Actually. Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Right. So when I say salam alaikum, what do you say? Moshi moshi actually has the meaning of having peace, right? And similarly, this means don't have a fight. Myself and Nadeem sir might have a great fight, but physically, but mentally we're great friends. So don't have a fight. When I say salam alaikum, it also means the same. Have peace with God. In India, how do we greet? When I come to Tamil right? Namaste. Namaste is actually the noun form of namaskara or the Namaste is the noun, the verb form of namaste is namaskara or namaskara, which has a very unique meaning. It means I see dignity in you and I bow to the dignity in front of you. Right? Tamil, somebody said, Vanakkam, Vanakkam, Laikirunda, Matta, being a sound. Matta is 3 pudi. It's the eye there, right? And in my opinion, it means the 2 eyes of mine is looking at the divine eye of yours and I'm bowing to the divinity. So when I come to Vice Chancellor, who is the embodiment of love, an amazing person, I've never seen him, other than smiles, I've never seen him, the whole thing, he's completely, he's a veteran, Rotarian, and he's an amazing person. From the time I met him about a couple of months ago till today, the kind of journey I've been going through is full of love. So give him a good applause for all that wonderful God is doing. Malati madam has given 110 papers. Crazy. Awesome, man. That was amazing. Then we have Ravindran sir. Ravindran sir, your sports meeting, in spite of that, you come here and that's awesome. You're taking time and my pranams and namaskaram to you, sir. We have Dr. Ranganathan sir. If you want to kind of have a movie actor who kind of wanted to be exactly like a doctor, Tamil. Amazing, they kind of all the time very soft, nice, and all that, right? Not on the background. He's amazing also, right? So thank you for visiting. I'm sure you are responsible for being in front of the students, right? And finally, all the work will be done by this lady. This is Vandana. But all the credit will go to Tamil. So only the students could stand up and give us a standing ovation for Vandana for all the work. Vandana, wonderful event. And we have Balaji sir, I forgot your name, I'm very old. Sir, yes, sir. Thank you. And of course, Nadeem sir and Sri Devi madam. So we have this MC, normally the smile is beautiful, but her earrings even more beautiful. Yes, thank you so much for the dignity and nice prayers. You're a good applause too, right? Sometimes we have amazing friends among ourselves, right? We share secrets. It's not enough if you have one friend. We need multiple friends. But I can see, ma'am, who's the best friend in this college? We'll come forward. Who's the best friend among all the students here? The girl, one next to you. I know, but one of them you wanted to kind of bring her forward and recognize her also, right? Yeah, come. And your name is? Regina. And you, ma'am? Sangeeta. And they are good friends. How many of you know? Would you come forward? After a long time, this is a pandemic situation and you meet your mother, what is the first thing you do? Exactly. These two people outside the Ramachandra Medical College, they have this visa center, right? And they met them after 6 months. What do you think their friends should do? They hug each other. And that's exactly what they're going to do. You'll be on that side, Sangeeta madam, you'll be here. And have you seen the old Bhandiraja movies? They come in slow motion. That's exactly what they're going to do. Come, man. Give her a good hug. Come on. Yes, amazing. When she had a good friend, she completely closed her eyes. How many of you saw that? You know why? Because the most beautiful things in the world are not seen by mere eyes but felt from heart. Right? And that's why when you hug your friend or when you come to Ramachandra College, you feel that love and that heart is from you. Thank you so much. Just ask you about two things. One is about empathy, which I think all of you, most of you are dentists, right? And the only profession where all the patients will come with a lot of pain. Which means you need to have a lot of empathy. Right? And empathy is very, very important. And if you in spite of whatever you do as education, what is important is the empathy, right? So the empathy part, I'm going to give you a small story about a particular person by name Charles Plum. Charles Plum is one of the greatest war heroes in the world. And he had this amazing quality and the drive that he could shoot the opponent flights in a very accurate way. So Vietnam and America had a very major fight. So he could go to the Vietnam airstrip and he could shoot about close to 73 of the opponent flights. When he was trying to hit the 74th one, there was a missile which came from down and hit the right wing and the plane was going down. And he knows it's going to crash. So he used a particular technique where he ejected himself and landed in the Vietnam soil. What do you think he used? How did he eject and landed safely? Parachute, right? So he used a parachute. The Vietnam people caught him because he's an enemy and put him behind bars for about 5 years. Okay, and the Americans, I'm a diplomat. Some of you are saying I'm a diplomat. Diplomats like me spoke to UN and finally put him out of the jail. And as he was going to the US, the American president said, don't take him to New York, which is his house, bring him to Washington because I would like to personally make sure he's landing in America with a lot of respect. As he was coming down from the steps, the whole crowd was shouting, Charles Plum, Charles Plum. There were so many correspondents from the newspaper. There were so many radio people who were there, and the television channels were reading about this great things he had achieved in the last 10 years. Okay? Till that time, he was very nice, like this photographer who was very quiet and nice. And suddenly, when all this was coming, he suddenly started getting ego. At that point, he went home and that kind of the ego he got. One day he was sitting in a coffee shop, a particular gentleman by name Peter came to him and said, hey, aren't you Charles Plum? Yeah, I am the famous Charles Plum. You must have seen me on the television, right? You must have seen me or my photograph in the newspaper, right? How do you know me? I am the guy who holded the badge. So like that, look at the people who are working, the gentleman, the person who acted with the audience. Without them, this function is not successful. Like that empathy, which is very much necessary for you because without us knowing, a lot of people are helping us. And that's very important. My name is Sai, because my mother knew that I had become a Vyavasai later. So that's why I realized these farmers are very important, because in a lifetime you might need a lawyer. In a year's time you might need a doctor. But every morning, afternoon, or evening, you need the farmer who gives you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Similarly, the ayah or the person who cleans your bathrooms in Srihar, if she is not functioning properly, you cannot come to college. So give that empathy to them is what I wanted to share with you. Because empathy is very, very important. And a lot of people have said, after 40 years, these children do not understand empathy, and empathy is very important for them for their growth. Second one, which I want to talk to you is about positiveness. Can you all put your thumbs up and say positive? Including the 153 people on the net. We have about 250, a lot of sound would come. The neighboring department should complain and say positive. Doctors like him, who has become the joint registrar recently, they keep on putting brakes in life. Like the car, the gentleman wants to go in a car. Why do you have a brake in the car? To stop, right? But this gentleman wants to go 150 kilometers an hour without a brake. Can he do that? No. Similarly, in our college, like our Nadeem sir, we have a lot of breaks. Review an assignment. Have you prepared for the conference? Have you brought your stethoscope? All that they keep on saying that because for you to have conference in future, today they're putting breaks. So give a great applause for all the professors here and all the people who are helping you to have a better life and make this world a better place. Right? Second thing is, why do you go to a doctor? You see, right? I'm saying, as a farmer, the doctor is completely reversed us saying that, hey, eat all this money, you don't have to come to me. That is positiveness, right? That positiveness and that empathy, all of you, if you have, you will become a great, great person. Right? All of us want to be successful? Yes. Right? What is success? Money. Even the richest man in the world wants more money, right? In my opinion, success is being happy. But then again, what is happiness? Making somebody else happy is happiness. You agree to that? Amazing, right? So, when you have happiness, you have peace. When you have peace, you are successful. Right? All of us keep saying, I want peace, I want peace. I is the ego. Want is the desire. If you remove I and want in I want peace, what do you have? Remember these four things. When you get angry, it's about the past. Right? When you're sad, it is about the past. The fear is about the future. The only thing which is present, happiness. Enjoy this moment, enjoy this year. Pandemic is gone. God bless you all. Namaskaram and Moshi to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for your enthusiastic and vibrant words. May I now request Dr. Ramachandra, sir, to felicitate the chief guest of the day, Dr. P. Vijay Raghavan, sir, Vice Chancellor of Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research. May I now request our chief guest, Dr. P. Vijay Raghavan, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, everyone. The guest of honor, Sri Seshasai, the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Seychelles, Dr. Ranganathan, our visiting professor, Department of Oral Pathology, Agas, Dr. Ravindran, the Dean of the Dental College, Dr. Kamal Selvan, the energetic head of the Department of Oral Pathology, Malti Madam, the advisor and senior professor, Dr. Sri Devi, the Associate Dean of Research at Sri Ramachandra, Dr. Nadeem, the Honorary Secretary of the Association of Oral Pathologists, Dr. S.K. Balaji, the Dental Superintendent, Dr. Vignesh, the Assistant Dean of Students, faculty members from Department of Oral Pathology, as well as other faculty members from the Faculty of Dental Sciences. My dear participants, in the hybrid board, we have both off-site and on-site participants from across the whole country. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm indeed very, very happy to be part of this particular program, which I have been sort of attending almost every year for almost the last 10 years. And this is the 10th anniversary of this particular program. And the early seeds of such a program actually was envisaged by Dr. Malati Madam, and then it is propagating and continuing. It is so difficult to speak after Sesha's side. He made it so exhilarating. This is one of the qualities that you develop in Rotary. I think I also imbibed a little bit of this skill from the Rotary movement. But phenomenal that even a guest of honor speech could make it so interactive and make every one of you on your toes to know. You never knew who was going to be called next. So it is great that you have been able to, and it's nice of Tamil to think of, we always look at some sort of an academician only for this type of programs, and to get in a person with a farming background who also can express himself so well, plus who is an ambassador of sort from Seychelles. He has his Indian origin, but he is also representing Seychelles towards development in our country. So he actually stimulated all of you into this program so very well, and I'm sure when the crowd probably cannot be held in this particular hall and you need the university auditorium and you have the entire group coming in, it should sound very well for the future. I think it was Malti Madam and her team who named this as Microscope. All students, you are going to be put under the microscope. See, you heard all the easier things, the funny things from our guest of honor. I will put you the little difficult things that should also be happening through this program. Now, Dr. Tamil Selvan actually has created a wave in the way he thinks and the way he does things differently. It is not to praise him that I'm just telling you this, that there are several initiatives that he has taken towards this organization, not only for the Faculty of Dental Sciences, that is only one part of Tamil that we have seen. First and foremost, where I wanted to recognize was, for a long time, I'm sure Ranganathan sir will agree with me, oral pathology, for some strange reason, was not attracting postgraduate students. And ever since he took charge as the head of the department, he has seen to it that the sanction strength from the Dental Council of India, these 3 students, are constantly being filled in our institution. So to that extent, more and more oral pathologists are coming out. And this is a very important field. We all have listened to Dr. Ranganathan and others. And as rightly told, you are the final diagnostician. I don't know how many of you have read the book Final Diagnosis, which a lot of medical doctors do read, and I would encourage all of you. It might be a very old book now, but that is something worth for you to read, because there will be heavy fights, as was rightly told by Ravindran, between the clinician and the pathologists on so many different issues. And when you go to the end page, then you will realize that the last laugh ultimately is with the pathologist. Yes. So that is where you people are very, very important, and you must contribute towards the clinical application in a big way. Many times clinicians don't have the time to even give you the details of the patient, and you have to walk across to the clinician. Don't feel shy. Find out the details and come to an appropriate, good diagnosis. The other small request that I have, and that's what I was trying to inquire from Tamil Selvan, we have a huge, well-recognized general pathology department of the medical college. So I just asked him, what happens when Ravindran or many of the surgical procedures people in the facial-maxillary and other procedural departments do when they get their pathology specimens? And I heard that they are being sent to this oral pathology department, but I think this is something which we need to encourage more. I also heard that there is always a second opinion taken from the main pathology department. Now, it is all right. Anything can have a second opinion, but we must have faith in our own department. So I request all the clinicians who are sending these samples to also use. I'm not too sure how the facilities are towards providing this, whether the blocks can be taken and all those things are possible inside. Even if that does not happen, I would request Tamil to send over his faculty members into the general pathology department to take care of all your needs in terms of reporting. And that would benefit the postgraduates in a very, very big way. Because seeing the standard slides, Malti Madam told that there are about 100, 150 slides that are available. It is one thing to see the already prepared slide in one way, but it is totally a different thing to learn how to do this and also to get your own fresh, future specimens and things like that to report on that. So this is something which can be really worked out by the department. Now, these were as far as the academic, then of course the international slides seminar. I almost know everything. For some strange reason, they seem to be over graduation is all over the country. Is it because of the contribution that we did towards this competency-based curriculum, which actually is convened by Dr. Tamil Selvan, but a lot of help came from the medical colleges as well in terms of prescribing the integrated curriculum from the basic sciences, medicine and surgery. That probably made by known in the dental circles, and this probably is allowing many, many colleges, or is it Tamil who is doing the trick from behind the scene? I do not know. So that is something which has added on to my responsibilities. And there are lots of dental students who also have started interacting and sort of appreciating some of the words that I've spoken in some of these functions. The social responsibilities that Dr. Tamil has taken is also worth mentioning. For the first time, I must know, a lot of you do not know Dr. Seshasai. We all know him only as a consul general, as an ambassador. We also know he's a great orator and he's a stimulating speaker. But a lot of us did not know that he is also the in charge of the Rotaract movement in the Rotary world. When I say Rotaract movement, the colleges participate through their students in social activities as a Rotaract movement. And we now have a Rotaract Club of Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education Research, which he formally inaugurated, and where right now, I don't know the exact score, there are about 200, 300 students, 650, yeah. So 650 students who have joined this movement. For healthcare students to join this type of movement is really exemplary and needs to be appreciated. There are lots of activities that can be done, and Sir has been instrumental in stimulating our students towards this. So this particular Rotary activity does not stop there. I know I was myself a Rotarian way back, but the number of things that Tamil has achieved through Rotary for Ramachandra, of course, he has come in at a time when management is also very, very keen for a lot of such associations. I was the president in 99-2000. We did achieve something, like we sort of honored our CEO at that time, Mrs. Radha Venkachalam, with the Lifetime Achievement Award. We also got some of the camps and other things organized at that point in time. But what Tamil has achieved today through Rotary is phenomenal. That is, they have donated a cardiac screening ambulance, a van. This is state of the art. Many of you may not have seen, I'm just taking a little time to explain that this van, which is a huge deluxe bus, has got facilities for ECG, echo, blood tests, and also a consultation with a particular professional, all possible. And this van keeps going to various districts at various times. The Rotary is facilitating this whole process, the logistic arrangements, announcing, getting a lot of people to come and get attracted. It goes and actually it doesn't stand in a place. It goes to several places in even villages. And this has been able to attract, and this is huge screening. And in case somebody, almost any type of ECG or echo that is done can be transmitted to the parent cardiology department here, and cardiology consultation can happen online. Now with this facility, what happens is 99 people will be normal, but the one who has got a heart problem immediately gets the attention. It is, I think those days are gone when patients are going to come to the hospital. These are the days when we have to go to the patient, and that is the stage what we are providing through this particular mobile van. Similar type of mobile van has also been organized towards cancer screening. I'm sure there are going to be several cancer cases in rural department also coming up. So that's another great initiative. And much before Tamil became little known in this type of this thing, under Kandaswamy we had this Guinness record, which was completely, the credit goes to the dental college for doing this, where they sort of sensitized children, school children, of how to maintain their oral hygiene, how to do toothbrushing. A phenomenal program, but for the referee who came to sort of assess this, we had almost 25,000 children or so who got this done. It came in the newspaper, but probably we missed out because of some small error that we had done in the arrangement of these type of things. So that, and also the rain that unfortunately spoiled the whole show. So these are some of his contributions. Academically, of course, he has to really travel fast to reach Malti Madam's status. He has got 26 publications, and I want him to have the 100 mark crossed. And I'm sure this is also going to be working out. He brought in also quite a lot of cooperation with many universities, particularly Malaya University. And thanks to Dr. Ranganathan for having such good opinion about our institution to interact and get this through. He has, of course, shown a huge video. In fact, this institution learns from such practices. For the first time, the departmental annual report in the form of a Word document came out from the Department of General Surgery. And that was, I think, 25, 23 years back. Now, ever since that time, a lot of departments have started coming out such type of documents. Similarly, now for the first time, we see that department has come out with a video presentation of their activities. And there has come out, well, only the music probably needs to be altered for the benefit of Vandana to see how she can change this. It was a little jarring. So that sort of projection, see, we all do extraordinarily great work. There's no doubt about it. But just doing work in this modern world with social media, so many things, does not always get you the rewards. It is always essential that you project what you have done. And that projection is easily possible today because of the various mechanisms of communication that are possible. So I think this particular department, in the medical field, we have got a lot of separations. Pathology is different, microbiology is different, forensic medicine is different. But I am very happy to know that all these components are sort of integrated and done through the Department of Oral Pathology. And there again, I must congratulate the efforts of getting in experts. And I found that there are many experts from all the fields who are going to be speaking on various topics, which is going to benefit each and every one of you in different ways. And so this 3-day get together, I think I'm sure he must have had some sort of a program in the evening also, which he has not let the cat out. And that, when it happens, it's going to be a good integration of academic feast along with cultural feast and along with your feast to the dummy. So I think all these things are going to be done very well. I'm indeed very happy to be consistently participating in this in some capacity or the other, and wish you all the very best. To all our offline people, my best wishes to each one of you. Thank you.
One minute. Namaskar once again. On the dais you can see 3 Rotarians, including me, 4. We have Tamil sir who was a big part of Rotary for a long time, and sir is responsible for one gentleman to be part of Rotary, and he's going to become the next year's governor, which means he's going to handle about 40,000 of these protractors and Rotarians, and he's responsible for that. And we have, of course, sir, he started the Rotary Club of Koru, and other than that, we have done a lot of missions on the dialysis and all that, which you will come to know in the future. So this college has been associated with Rotary in a large way. And next year, because we have Dr. Nanda Kumar, who's the person who's going to do a lot of work with Ramachandra, you people have a lot of success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your everlasting support and motivation. Now I request Dr. S. Vandana, Organizing Secretary, Microscope 2022, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation of all abundance. And I, Dr. Vandana, the Organizing Secretary of Rapid Review 2022, deem it a great honor and privilege to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks. Firstly, thanks and praises to the Almighty God for this day and for guiding us amidst this pandemic and showering grace upon us to be united in person through this program. We would not be here without our university's generosity and readiness to support us in this event. So, at this outset, I'm grateful for the management of Sriha for giving us the opportunity to gather here today. This university has always laid the platform for exchange of ideas, opinions, information, and knowledge, and is truly special to most of us here, for it has molded us in innumerable ways by being the backbone of our personal and professional growth. And for this, my sincere gratitude to our founder chancellor, Ramasamy Odiyaraya, Chancellor Sri Venkatachalam, Pro-Chancellor Thirusengutuvan, Vice Chancellor Professor P.V. Vijayaraghavan sir, and Dean of Faculties Dr. Mahesh Vakamudi sir. My heartfelt thanks to our Dean, Dr. C. Ravindran sir, who has always pushed us to do better and outdo ourselves in every event we organize. Special thanks to our guest of honor and our visiting professor, Dr. Ranganathan sir, for gracing this occasion. My hearty gratitude to all our eminent speakers for the 3 days of this exceptional program for accepting our invitation to share their knowledge in the field of oral pathology. Your experiences and expertise, I'm sure, will ignite and inspire the young minds today. I sincerely thank all the moderators for the scientific sessions for providing their valuable inputs, which is set continuous learning for the next 3 days of this program. A good leader takes a little more than his share of the blame and a little less share of his credit. We are fortunate to have a friend in the name of the head of the department, Dr. Tamilchelvan sir, who listens, appreciates, and pushes each of us to raise the bars to achieve greater heights. To be frank, he has a microscope in his eyes to identify talents. To let a small secret out, while the guest of honor was on the stage, he was whispering into my ears, "Ma, nalla pesrarma. Next time I will a motivation speech for the students." Through these days of preparation for this event, there are 2 questions he asks us every day. What's the challenge? And before we put forth our anxious questions, he asks, "Na enama pavanu?" or "What should I do to resolve this for you?" Today, on behalf of our team, I'd like to say, under your leadership, we understood challenges are opportunities in disguise, and each challenge opens a new door to success. From being a timid undergraduate BDS fresher in this college in 2006 to a confident organizing secretary of this program in 2022, and motivating me to share this prestigious stage with you today, you're a true leader in every sense. Dr. N. Malati, ma'am, the professor of a department and advisor. Thank you, ma'am, for your unconditional love and support and for always leading us to think out of the box and turning us into a team of strong women who empower each other. All the hard work we put in feels complete when we hear very good year from you, ma'am. The strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each member is the team. I'm thankful for the team that is so reliant, self-reliant, and motivated. Dr. Sharda ma'am, the financial advisor and the MC for the program, who always heard numbers in all our requests, but always gave a go-ahead without second thoughts. Dr. Vidya ma'am, who untiringly invited over 200 colleges all over India and sorted every little query with a charming smile. Dr. Vijay Nirmala ma'am, the women behind the microscopes and the slides that we'll be viewing today online and offline. Dr. Suganya ma'am, the hardest worker of the team, who amazes us by completing a task even before it's assigned. Dr. Maitli ma'am, the organizing co-secretary, the bundle of energy and the brakes to our wheels when we overspeed. And Dr. Soumya ma'am, the technical wizard who worked relentlessly for the smooth conduct of this hybrid program. On behalf of the faculty, I would also like to extend my appreciation for the amazing work done by our postgraduates, Dr. Juanita, Dr. Aisha, Dr. Nikita, Dr. Rachel, Dr. Bharat, Dr. Rensi, and Dr. Shalini. Thank you all for the exemplary dedication and effort. I extend my sincere thanks to all the interns, faculties, and heads of the departments who have always trusted us and motivated us to excel. This hybrid program was planned and executed with a vision to benefit every oral pathology postgraduate across the nation. Hence, numerous masterminds have worked to bring this event to light. For this, I'm immensely grateful to our IT team, headed by Mr. Vasant, Mr. Joe, Mr. Ganesh, Mr. Jagal, Mr. Harish, Mr. Santosh, Mr. Bharat, and the audiovisual department, and Anand, the photographer, and Eli Cafe, for supporting us in this program. A special thanks to our department technician, Ms. Roja, and the sisters, Ms. Neela and Rama, for their assistance and care for us to make our agendas meet. I also extend my thanks to our office staffs and maintenance staff for their support. Last but not the least, I'm immensely grateful to all the delegates for their active participation and their feedback, which has made us what we are today. Thank you everyone for taking the time to be here today and for listening to me speak. Wish you all great success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. This brings us to the end of the inaugural program. Well begun is half done, and a good beginning always ensures success. And we are sure that this program is going to taste success as always. Thank you all, and please join us for high tea, which is being served outside the hall. Good day to you all.